Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Today, we're going to be going over our live mortgage rates, and then we're going to be talking about VA loans. Give us just a moment here to go live on all the platforms. You can go ahead and drop a comment there in the chat as you tune in. We appreciate it. And we'll get started here shortly. Great topic here for today, and maybe even some surprises to some people of maybe something Jose's got up his sleeve today here that not everybody usually knows about. So we'll go over that here shortly. Appreciate everybody tuning in nice and early. Looks like we're live on all the platforms, so we'll go ahead and get started. What we'll do is we'll take the chat off the screen for now, but go ahead and keep dropping comments there in the chat. Drop any questions you have in the chat as well as we go through our deep dive topic here today. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. So welcome, everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our CSO, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender that specializes in non-QM loans, and what we do every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern on this show is go through our live mortgage rates. Then we do a deep dive into a different loan type, and today's loan type is going to be VA loans. So Jose will give us some great examples and rates of some VA loans, but before we do that, we'll check out our rates on some other programs. So Nick, if you're ready, let's go ahead and pull up today's rates and see what the different programs are looking like.
All right, so lots of news as usual. So hopefully we see all of these rates stabilize a little bit more after today, but today is a busy day for sure. We will compare all the programs for today, August 12th, just after 11 a.m. Eastern. So all the standard programs have their initial rates here. And we will compare a standard scenario. If you'd like a full breakdown, itemized loan estimate with all the fees that go into the APR, please get with our team members. They'd be happy to help you out. But we'll compare across a standard setup, single family home, 500,000 purchase, 400,000 loan amount. That corresponds to 80% loan, 20% down payment. We use a 760 credit score and an estimated 40% debt to income ratio. So for those settings, let's check out the rates today. So not much change since last week, but again, a lot of news going on. So we should see this all stabilize as we head into next month. First up is our 30-year fixed conventional. Rates coming in today, 6.125, final APR 6.440. Now, if there's any reason our customer doesn't qualify for a standard conventional option, we usually want to present an FHA option. FHA allows more leniency on credit issues and a higher debt to income ratio overall, but does require upfront and yearly mortgage insurance. Rates today come in at 5.25, and with all the fees and mortgage insurance, 6.193. So if our customer qualifies for both, they may want to check out the FHA if they are willing to pay the mortgage insurance. And our customers that need to use FHA, definitely a good option. And VA is our topic for today, but we'll set up our standard scenario here for our eligible active service members and veterans. If you are eligible, these programs are definitely the best options for you, and Jose will show all kinds of different options here. Rates as low as 5.5 for a standard scenario, APR of 5.810 today with a standard funding fee. And notice if we compare across all the different options, VA is going to be best for our VA borrowers when we compare across there. And the final option for a standard government agency program is our USDA option for properties in USDA eligible areas, the rural areas of the country. If the property is eligible and the customer is eligible, these are good options. Rates as low as 5.375. Final APR 6.125. And notice if we compare that to FHA, it's a touch cheaper, which is typical. So our customers that's shopping in this area probably go with USDA because it's going to be cheaper than FHA, and it's also cheaper than the conventional option as well for those areas that do qualify. That rounds out the standard options that any bank or lender has, but if our customer doesn't qualify, they may be denied, but that's where we love to approve our customers with thousands of other programs. First up here are alt doc options. So if the customer doesn't qualify for a conventional option or FHA or any of those and needs to use alternative docs such as bank statements, 1099s, P&Ls, asset-related programs, all kinds of different options, they can use our alt doc option. Rates today coming in at 6.75, final APR 7.067. So as usual, within about a half a point of conventional to use alternative docs. So great option for our borrowers that need to use it. And moving on to our investors, tons of different options for investors. First up, our non-QM alt doc option. So again, bank statement or similar, coming in today at 7.125. Final final APR of 7.479, which will compare to our other options. There are no government programs, so no FHA, VA, or USDA, but we do have our conventional coming in at 6.875 today. Final APR 7.211, which is cheaper than our bank statement options. But always recommend our investors check out our favorite programs. DSCR stands for debt service coverage ratio. No income needed, no employment needed. We simply use the estimated rents from the appraisal to determine a DSCR value. If the rents can cover the expenses, aka the property will cash flow, that's a ratio of 1 or higher. For all the demos here, we use 1.5 so we can see all the programs. First up, our 3-year prepayment penalty option coming in at 6.625 rate. Final APR 6.951, which beats conventional. Absolutely amazing. And if we add a 5-year prepayment penalty, we can get rates as low as 6.5. Final APR 6.810, which again beats conventional. And the final option we always want to show is our no prepayment penalty option, as some states don't allow it and some investors don't want it. No problem. 7.125 rate. Final APR 7.479, just a touch higher than our conventional option here. I'd still say pretty much all investors would take a DSCR over conventional when they are this close in price. And the final two options we always go over are cash out options for our clients that have first mortgages that are lower than what we just presented today. So if you don't want to refinance your first mortgage and still need some cash out, typically the only option is a HELOC, but we now have these new non-QM fixed rate second mortgages. So for a primary home, we can get cash out, rates as low as 8.5, final APR 8.944 without touching that first mortgage. And these rates are much lower than a HELOC and not adjustable, and non-QM as well. So we can use bank statements and similar. And for investors, same option. To get a second mortgage is rare to use a HELOC for an investor. So these programs are awesome. Rates as low as 9.875, final APR 10.093. So those are our options we go over every morning. Let's get into Jose's topics for today, which is where we can go into a deep dive into VA loans. So when we do the comparison, we have to do a standard scenario, 20% down, since not all programs allow 0% down like VA and some of these other specialty programs. So we have Jose going through a deep dive, and he can show all the different tricks we can do with our VA loans for our VA borrowers. So Jose, what do we got?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining the Daily Mortgage Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Our VA loans specialty product for our active military and veterans, and also for the spouses of the deceased veterans. Now, one thing I would like to note that in order to maintain that 100% LTV on a VA loan purchase, it has to be the vet or the active military or the deceased spouse. If you do have a VA loan where you do have co-borrowers that are not the spouse, like children, for example, then you are probably going to be looking at a less than 100% LTV option. I believe it's 85% LTV option. So please note that for your VA loan purchases. So let's get right into it. Got quite a few little tips and tricks to show you here on VA loans. The first is the more obvious. 100% financing, 100% LTV financing is always for VA loan purchases. We're looking at 6.75 which is our lowest cost option at a cost of 0.199 points. And you can buy that down to 5.625% at a cost of 2.449 points. Now our 2 to 4 unit purchase. This actually I priced it out for a 4 unit. Great news is never a loan level price adjustment for going 2 to 4 units. Same rates that you saw on our 1 unit, 6.75 lowest cost option, 5.625 lowest rate option. Now our low FICO score option. This is with a 500 credit score, and you are looking at 8.25% interest rate is our lowest cost option. 7.75% is our lowest rate option. Now our VA renovation loan purchase. This is where you are buying a property that either has condition related issues that would not allow closing with a non-renovation loan, or simply the borrower wants to convert their purchase into their dream home, so they want to include renovation funds, for example, kitchen replacement, bathroom renovation, windows, roof, and stuff like that. So make that home the dream home. And 6.75 is our lowest cost option at a cost of 0.699. And you can buy that down all the way to 6% at a cost of 2.324 points. Another option to get that dream home purchase is the one time close construction loan. This is an amazing option that allows the borrower to purchase the lot, the vacant lot, and to build the home all with one loan. And then that loan, once the construction phase is completed, that loan then transitions to the permanent loan on the property. Hence, they call it the one time close. No need to refinance out of the construction loan and incur additional closing costs. So, we have great options for the one time close here at the Mortgage Calculator. For the VA one time close, 7.25% is our lowest cost option at a cost of 0.199, almost par. And you can buy that down to 6.25% at a cost of 1.199. These are amazing one time close construction loan rates. And now for some refinance option. Great news is that VA does have a 100% LTV cash out refinance option. 7.125 is our lowest cost option, and you can buy that down to 6.25%. And our standard VA 90% LTV cash out option, great rates on this one as well. 6.75 is our lowest cost option, almost at par at a cost of 0.221. And you can buy that down to 5.625%. And our last option here is our VA Earl Streamline Refinance. This is the one that does not require any income verification, nor credit, nor an appraisal. But it is a rate and term option only, no cash out on this one. 6.75 actually has a lender credit of 0.051, and you can buy that down all the way to 5.375 for your Earl Streamline, no income verification, no credit verification, and no appraisal refinance. However, the catch is you must be refinancing an existing VA loan into this Earl VA loan. So definitely look to the Mortgage Calculator for all your VA loan needs.
All right. Thank you, Jose. I don't see any questions here today, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Remember that we do this at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, where we go through our live mortgage rates and then we do a deep dive into a different loan type. So we will see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern.